Hey, what's going on, Pats Nation? Welcome to another edition of the Ken's Pats Talk Patriots podcast. It is Wednesday, April the 23rd. It is draft eve. It's a special day. We all know tomorrow's gonna be very special. But it's a very special day, draft eve, kind of like Christmas Eve. This is like towards the night before Christmas or towards the night before the draft. Man, we're gonna have a fun show tonight. Got a Giants content creator on. We have a big what is this? BigDashKnows. BigDashKnows. Had to tongue twist real quick. BigDashKnows, Giants, big time Giants content creator. Appreciate you joining me, man. What's going on with you, bro?
Nah, man, not much. Getting ready for this draft, man. I appreciate you for having me on. I know it was like I said, it was a little hard getting in contact, or keep the communication there. But now I'm glad I got a chance to get on your show, man. Love what you do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you taking time out your busy schedule. Cause I know you're real busy with the Giants. All they got going on. Are they gonna take quarterback? Are they not? Is it gonna be Sanders? Is it gonna be Carter? Hunter? It's all over the place. Like, we just go ahead and start off, man. First, before we get started, let everybody know where they can find you at on your socials or whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be BigDashKnows on all social media platforms. Not Facebook, but Twitter. Was it Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all that. So yeah, it's just BigDashKnows. That's where you can find me.
Yes, sir. These before we get started, hey, it's a few y'all in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you share the content, comment, and later on. I know it's gonna be more y'all gonna be on later on. I'm telling you right now, hit the like button, give me the thumbs up. Draft Eve, big show, man. BigDashKnows. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. The Giants. Y'all picking third. Y'all believe y'all got what, 8 picks in this draft?
8 picks in the draft. Yep.
8 picks in the draft. You got a few top 100 picks or whatnot. The Patriots on the end. We are going to get into the Patriots briefly. We had five top 100 picks. We got 4. We got pick 38, 69, 77, and 105. You might as well say it's a top 100 pick too. So we got all those picks. Last year, y'all, I believe y'all tried to get aggressive and get Drake May, and I heard y'all try to get Jaden Daniels. First off, starting off on Drake May, seeing what he did in his rookie season. Where were you at last year? What did you want the Giants to do last year?
Yeah, I was all for it. I was all for it. Drake May wasn't top on my list, but he was definitely a quarterback that I wanted. For me, it was all about the quarterback. I was even down for like Michael Penix a little bit later on once we knew that the Patriots thing fell through as far as trying to get a deal done.
Who did you want last year? Jaden Daniels?
Oh no, I was a Michael Penix fan.
Okay.
Because I kind of knew where the draft was going at the beginning. I know you guys wasn't giving up those picks. So after that, man, I was already a fan of Michael Penix already. But yeah, that's why I wanted to go. Obviously, we got Malik Neighbors. I'm not mad at that at all. But we right back in the same boat, needing another quarterback. So
Joe Shane, I think I said it right. Brian Daboll.
Yep.
Since they've been there, since Joe has been there, I think they came in together. He has not took a quarterback yet, mainly the first round and whatnot. What are you hearing, and what do you think? I mean, first, what do you want them to do versus what are you hearing them to do?
Yeah, man. What I want is a quarterback. What I want is Shedeur Sanders. I don't think I'm going to get what I want though. Again, I've been arguing with my own fan base for a while now, for months now, about who we should take. A lot of people, they don't have issues with like Travis Hunter and stuff like that, which I know you guys probably wanted Travis Hunter too, but that's where I'm at,
bro. That daggone week 18 loss or win that we beat Buffalo is haunting me, bro. I've been trying to forget about it. I'm like, all you had to do is lose. Joe Milton going out there, we played our best game that daggone. I was like, y'all ain't played this good all year. And I know you share some similar defeat too, because y'all beat the Colts. Y'all had a number one thing locked up. Pick. And y'all probably would have lost that game to the Eagles the following week anyway. I'm like, oh my freaking God, bro. I wanted Travis Hunter, and I still do. I'm not ruling it out completely, but it's on life support. It's gone. We're not getting it. He's going to Cleveland. But go ahead.
It's really about the Cleveland Browns and what they decide to do, because if they want to throw a monkey wrench, they could take Carter at 2. But
then I think y'all would take Travis Hunter.
I think so too. I mean, like, even if, like, for me, it's Shedeur Sanders first overall anyway. Because I just think I just know how important the quarterback position is, and I would pass on edge rusher. I would pass on the cornerback if I can get my quarterback of the future. I mean, that's just it at the end of the day for me. But it's funny for you, man. You guys were like around Giants fan base. You guys were the backup plan after we lost to the Colts. We like, well, if New England loses, we can trade up. They want Travis, we can trade up and get Ward or something like that. And you guys won too. I was like, man, they all hopes and dreams shattered.
So you're all in right now. It's probably not your gut. What's your gut feeling? It's probably
my gut's telling me is Abdul Carter. That's what my gut is telling me.
My heart.
Listen, I'm not mad at that. You know, you improve the defense. I don't mind adding good players. But for me, I just know in my heart and in my football mind that it does not move the needle the way we want it to move the needle. Like it's cool and all, but look at the Browns. The Browns got Myles Garrett, one of the top edge rushers in the league. They still need a quarterback. So for me, it's all about the quarterback at the end of the day. I know you happy you got one though.
Yeah. Well, we at least think we got a quarterback. I don't want to go all in yet. I
Okay.
feel good about it though. I do feel good about it. We look like we're gonna take Will Campbell. That's the consensus right now. I think it's
Woo.
gonna go chalk. Cam Ward one, Hunter to the Browns, Abdul Carter, y'all, unless something crazy happened. I tried to like I just told you, I just got Twitter off my phone. So I really ain't been trying. I've been trying to get away from all the smoke screen and all that stuff
Oh
because I
man.
don't know what's what. But I'm like this. When you hear a lot of people saying the same daggone thing, it's probably gonna go that way. Now, the Browns have been known, Andrew Berry, they've been known to just throw some stuff out there, but go the opposite way. I can see
Yeah.
Cleveland doing that. But I think all the work that the Giants did on Sanders, and I know they did work on other quarterbacks, but all the work they did on Sanders, I
Yeah.
was like, and they still not gonna take him at 3, and you can't guarantee he's gonna be there later on because I think he's either going to New York. I think Schefter already said he's not going to the Saints, which is surprising to me because I'm like, you're gonna go with Spencer Rattler, Derek Carr's hurt. I don't know who else they got. And I thought he'd been a real good fit with the Saints inside the dome. You're probably gonna have about 8 or 9 games in a dome a year because the Saints play inside
Hmm.
Mercedes, Mercedes Benz or whatnot. And then
Yeah.
I mean the Caesar Superdome and the Falcons in the division they play inside the dome. I think that's a good fit, but I don't think the Saints got a supporting cast. I think they need a little more outside. He just looks like a giant, Shedeur Sanders. The Big Apple, primetime son,
Yes, sir.
primetime son. He was throwing the ball with Malik Neighbors doing the
Yeah.
Heisman. I'm like, he had the Giants cleats. Now let's not rule that because y'all still could trade up. But I'm like, why are you going to give up assets for him when you could just sit there and take him at 3? How you feel
Yep.
about that?
Now you've been seeing all the stuff I've been seeing, man. For me, I need all my picks. We got 8 picks. I need them all. I'm not trying to give up draft capital. And I think we're in the spot right now. And it's funny too because, you know, in what was it in January, February when this draft started going off, everybody was like, well, will we still get a chance to get him at 3?
Yeah,
Can we get him at? Are the Browns going to take him now?
right.
It's almost like they talk about him dropping out of the first round. And my wife is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so
Oh,
I'm like, here's the thing: if we don't get him, hopefully you get him. Somebody got to get him though, because to me it's crazy. I don't know how you feel about Shedeur Sanders yourself,
I
but I
love
feel
Shedeur.
like what's happening to him, what they're doing to him in the
Messed
media
up,
is,
man.
is
I was just
absolutely
about to say
crazy.
that.
Absolutely
I
crazy.
don't get how he has not played a game since what January, I think,
Yep.
and his stock is just because you remember going into the combine, everybody was saying there's not a good quarterback class outside of Cam Ward and
Hmm.
Shedeur. Wasn't nobody talking about Dart and Milrow and all that stuff
Yeah.
like that. It was about Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders.
Yep.
What the heck happened at the combine? Because since the combine, it seemed like there's been
Yeah.
everything negative about him. He's a bad person. He's arrogant. He's entitled. Like he act like he doesn't care the interviews. All this stuff just started coming out. If something happened at that combine, and he has
Yeah.
not played since January, I don't get it. So that's really crazy to me. It's like they've been trying to bring him down ever since that combine.
Yeah. I think a lot of it, and it's true too. Like I said, I can say he's not the most humble person, but I think I can't even say that. I just think it's different. He doesn't feel like he needs to humble himself to a lot of people. Like for
Right,
him, his father is Deion Sanders.
DJ. Mm-hmm.
He done been around. He done been around Hall of Famers his whole life. So when
Yeah.
he goes into a room with a GM or a coach, why should he feel a certain way? I think that rubs people wrong. More often.
I'm hoping he go to Pittsburgh. And Tomlin good for about 10 games. They gonna win 10 games. That's what you can say what you want about the Steelers. They gonna make the playoffs. They probably gonna win
Yeah.
about 9, 10 games in a tough division. I'm hoping he goes to Pittsburgh. He lights it up. He gonna see Cleveland twice a year. I don't know if y'all play the Steelers next year, whatnot, but I'm
Nah.
hoping he goes there and he lights it up in Pittsburgh, man. Because if they got Pickens, I heard they might trade him, but they got
Yeah.
Pickens, DK, Pat Frymuth, got Kevin Walker's in slot, got a little running game, probably draft running back. It's Tomlin good for about 10 games. They're gonna win 10 games. So I actually think it might be good that he's not gonna go to Cleveland or New York because he get to go to Pittsburgh now. And
He
I'm
sound like
telling you,
Louis
man,
Riddick.
my
That's what
gut
Louis Riddick was
feeling,
trying to say.
yeah,
Yeah.
my gut feeling is if he gets to Pittsburgh, a lot of people he's going to light it up there. I have a good feeling about him going to the Steelers.
Yeah, I just think what they got going on, a strong running game. Yeah, they just got rid of Najee Harris, but they still got Jalen Warren. They got to beef up that backfield again.
Get the
But
offensive line right.
the offensive line need to get because Broderick Jones, he ain't holding up the way he need to be holding up. But outside of that, they got two good tight ends. Because
Yeah.
what's the big tight end name? Washington.
They got
Darnell
Washington. They got Pat
Dar-
Fryer.
Yep, they got both of those guys. So the tight end game is strong. They got receivers. Even Calvin Austin, the slot guy, he don't get mentioned often either.
Right.
Hopefully they decide to keep Pickens because if you got a young quarterback coming in there, you can't survive with Mason Rudolph. You need some young juice in there, pause. But you know what I mean. So listen, again, I've been a fan of Shador since.
I've been following you for I've been seeing you. You've been on it. You've been like you and a couple. And then what I see is a lot of Giants media people don't want. I don't think they want Shador. I've been seeing them talk about Dart and Miro. I like Miro. I think Miro be a good fit with the Steelers. He looks like a Steeler to me. Jalen Miro. But then Jackson Dart, I'm like, I don't really see it with Dart. I don't really see. I do hope my Patriots take their wide receiver Trey Harris in the draft. I want Trey Harris as an X. But we're going to get into some more position of need for the Giants here shortly. But I feel like I don't really see it a lot with Dart. I mean, I just don't see it with Dart. But then I think Sanders, like the fact that, and I was just like Cleveland, New York, two quarterback needy teams. That's too good to be true for both of them to pass on him. So you mean tell me you're going to go into the season with Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco and possibly Kirk Cousins? You got to give him assets to get him. And the Giants, you're going to go with Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, Russell's on his third team in about 3 years. Jameis Winston's a turnover machine. I mean, I don't get it.
Now, for me, I think as far as the situation goes, I believe we're in a better situation than the Browns. I believe that because when our GM said, he's comfortable with the quarterback room the way it is right now, I understand that. Now, you're good for 2025. Okay, you want to run with Russ for 2025? Okay, I'm cool with that. But go ahead and get your quarterback because next year I would rather have that QB in the system already so that I'm not starting from scratch. And then I know you keep hearing about it. Everybody keep talking about the march for Arch Manning. Arch Manning ain't coming out in 2026.
They already say he's probably not coming out. So if you look at the quarterback class next year, you got Drew Aller, the kid from Tennessee that transferred. Maybe he come out.
Nussmeier's another one.
Who?
Nussmeier from LSU.
Nussmeier from LSU.
Yep.
I guess it's a little better this year, but for the Giants, let's just say hypothetically, and y'all got a tough schedule. I've seen it. Y'all have a tough schedule this year. Let's just it's a few y'all in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button, give me that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Make sure you sharing the content. Make sure you subscribe to the Ken's Past on YouTube. Y'all got a tough schedule. Let's just say y'all win. 6 or 7 games. I mean, you cover the Giants. You know more about the Giants. Yeah. What's the expectation for this year for Daboll and Schoen to keep their job, make playoffs, right?
It varies because you got to be realistic too because we just won 3 games, right? We just won 3 games. Yes, we got Russell Wilson. Yes, I believe the quarterback play is going to be a little bit better.
At least 500.
Yeah, more consistent. I can still see us roughly around 7-8, 7-9, 9 max. I don't really
that's
think
my thing.
Happens.
If y'all do that, you're not gonna be able to get a quarterback next year.
Yeah, we be picking in the teens.
You're gonna be in a worse predicament than you are this year. You're not gonna be able to get a quarterback next year. Absolutely. At least if you would have drafted Sanders this year, let him ride the bench for a little bit. He come in halfway through. He shows signs of improving, and you see some positive. You see some promising signs for the future. Maybe on Mara, and then they give. Say, okay, we're gonna run it back with because you got your quarterback. We're gonna run it back with Schoen and Daboll. Y'all come on back. You got the quarterback. You feel better right there. And that's like I don't really have a future right now because if you, I don't get what the Giants do. I just
see you know what you think like a person that got some common sense,
right?
See, there's a lot of people in our fan base don't got too much common sense.
Now, a part of that is, and I know a lot of y'all in the chat already know, I want Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. A part of that is that I do want that, so I've been cheering for y'all to do that. But I'm similar to because we was in a similar position last year. We took Jacoby Brissett, but we all knew we was gonna go Drake May. It was a 1-year deal. Russell Wilson, y'all really not paying him. I think it's a 1-year deal. James Winston, 2-year deal. My thing is, y'all, if y'all win 6 or 7 games, because your division's already tough, you probably gonna split with. Well, I don't even know because y'all can't beat Dallas. It seems like
we can't beat Washington our lives right now.
Yeah, Washington. Y'all not better than them. Philly, you know you can beat Philly, so that's probably what
We got
six
swept
losses.
last year. We got swept last year in the division.
The whole division. So let's just say
Yep.
it's probably six losses.
Yep.
Russell Wilson's not really. I mean, Pittsburgh didn't even want to resign him.
Now,
So and then I'm like, oh man, y'all gonna be in a worse predicament last year. Now with that tough schedule, if y'all do have a bad season, got bad record, maybe let's say you win 2 3 wins, maybe not. Maybe y'all do have a top pick, but everybody, y'all gonna clean house. Y'all basically drafted Abdul Carter for the next regime to come in.
exactly, and that's another thing too, because again, I've been arguing a lot, and for me, in order for Brian Dable, because I don't think it's a package deal as far as both of those guys going. I think John Mara likes Joe Shane for whatever reason. He thinks he's a smart young GM, up and coming GM. I don't
Mhm.
really see it. I mean, we had a good draft last year, but the two drafts prior to that, we didn't get too much out of it. Too much out of it. Kayvon Thibodeau not really a hit yet. Evan Neal ends up being a bust. And then you look at Tay Banks in the season after that, or the draft after that, you got a lot of question marks still. This past season, had a couple good picks, people contributed, but we really need to hit on this draft. And if even if we do lose, say we only win 4 to 5 games, right? It got to look different too. It
Okay.
has to look different. We got to be competitive in order for those guys to keep their jobs. Now, if we're losing games and it's 27 to 20, or 35 to 28, that's different from losing a game, 21 to 3,
Yeah.
or 35 to 10 and stuff like that, which we've been losing games like that.
Okay. I was just about to ask you about Kayvon and whatnot.
Yeah.
What you think? How you think y'all gonna use Carter? If well, it's looking like y'all probably gonna say, but if y'all do take Carter, how would y'all use him as a stand up, as like a middle linebacker or something? Because you already got Kayvon, you got Brian Burns, you got Deshaun Lawrence. Yeah, that defensive line is formidable. How you
Yeah.
think y'all would use Abdul Carter?
Yeah, so I come from a different camp, right? I remember Abdul Carter 2 years prior playing off ball linebacker, right?
Right.
So for me, I'm not trading. Like a lot of people want to trade Kayvon as soon as you get Abdul Carter. That does not make sense to me. Why create another hole? For me, early downs, I'm playing them off ball. I'm playing Abdul Carter off ball, and then on certain third down
Let him come
situations,
after the quarterback.
blitz
Oh, yeah.
quarterback. Yep. That's it for me. I mean, I try to keep things simple. I'm older. I go old school rules and stuff like that. So I'm not with all the shenanigans and the gimmicks and stuff. Get after the quarterback the best way possible.
Speaking of the draft and whatnot, I said on the draft, since you're probably not gonna get Shador Sanders, would you welcome a trade back up for him, or who are some other quarterback? Because y'all going to take a quarterback. Who are the
Yeah.
other quarterback that you're looking at as a backup plan to not take a Shador at 3?
Yeah. So here's my deal when it comes to trading up. I'm not trading up for anybody other than Shador.
Okay.
If the option is Milrow, if the option is Jackson Dart, I'd rather sit still at 34 than to give up draft capital. Because again, when I look at my defense, there's a lot of holes there. And if
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to trade up back into the first round, I'm probably giving up some day 2 picks. I'm probably and I'm looking at the defensive tackle, which is a hole for us too, outside of Dexter Lawrence. I need those picks. Offensive
I thought
lineman, I
y'all
need those.
Mason Graham early in the process, but I didn't hear a lot of that though.
Yeah, I'm a Mason Graham. I was pushing for that a little bit too. But every decision that I made or things that I was talking about is if Shador Sanders wasn't there. It's like if
Mm-hmm.
Shador Sanders wasn't there, I'd rather show up the run defense than to worry about getting another edge rusher in here or to get a shutdown cornerback. Yep.
You mentioned the draft class from last year. What you
Yeah.
think about how you feel about Malik Neighbors? Boy, he's a star, man. Oh my God, he's a star to make it. And he would have been so nice with Shador, man.
Yeah. For me, Malik Neighbors, he hasn't even scratched the surface yet because he hasn't had good quarterback play.
Right.
If you notice him in the beginning of the season, a lot of the times he was getting targeted. He was, catch the ball. He was either high, he falling right to the ground. No opportunity to get any kind of yak. And if you remember Malik Neighbors in LSU, he was a yak guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this year with Russ, even with Jameis Winston, I think they'll put the ball in a place where he can optimize, or maximize yards after the catch. And we saw it a little bit in that Colts game when we had good timing.
Oh man.
We saw it. You know what?
I
I was upset. I was upset and happy at the same time.
Man, bro, listen. Coming from a Patriots creator and fan, we cannot draft wide receivers. We cannot draft wide receivers to save our life. I'm hoping. I know we're going Will Campbell at 4. I like Jaden Higgins at the Iowa State. I don't know if you know a lot about some of the receivers coming out. I like Jaden Higgins, Jalen Noel. It's a guy that nobody's talking about. Pat Bryant out of Illinois. I like him.
Yep.
What's the kid out of Washington? Cal Williams. I like him too. But I think we need that traditional X wide receiver because we got Pop, we got Stephon Diggs, Kendrick Bourne, Jalen Pope, Javon Baker from last year. Trey Harris or Jaden Higgins would fit us so good as an X wide receiver. And I've been
I
doing
can
a
see
lot.
that.
I like Jalen Royals too out of Utah. So it's a bunch of guys in this draft. Who are some? I think y'all need another wide receiver too. Who are some of the prospects you looking at in this class?
Now you named Trey Harris is one of those guys you can get day two.
I sent a
Um,
couple of mocks with him to y'all too.
yeah, I saw and also he was Malik Neighbors' high school quarterback too.
Okay,
That's one thing about that. And then also we also looked at Higgins. A lot of people talk
Jaden
about Luther.
Higgins.
I don't think Luther Burden is dropping out of the first round. Some
Man,
people have him
whoever saying
dropping.
that is true, man. That's why I didn't even mention Luther Burden, man. Now
Yeah,
listen, I seen a mock that got us trading up from 38 to the first round to get him, or I seen somebody saying he might be there at 38 for us. I doubt it.
I don't know
I
about that,
doubt
man.
it.
I don't
Somebody
know
go
about
get
that.
Luther, man. He not he too nice.
Yeah. I also, if you're just looking for, a speedy receiver too, there's the guy from Tennessee, Thornton, is out there. He's a
That's a
sleeper.
day three guy though.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. So I mean, you're looking for a day one starter X receiver is what you're saying,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we need
Yeah.
something because Diggs 31 coming off ACL. Don't I mean they say he's gonna be ready week one. Schefter said that, but we don't know what to expect about that. And still, he's based on a 1 year deal. It's a 3 year deal, but it's based on one. We can get out after 1 year deal.
Okay.
We need somebody to build with May, to grow with May or whatnot, whether it's a tight end or a receiver. But I was thinking Trey Harris. I love Jaden Higgins. If I had the card to go up there, it's Jaden Higgins.
Yeah.
I
If you picking at 38, then you're right in
he's
the range for
still there,
Higgins.
right?
Higgins will definitely be there at 38 in my opinion. Trey, man, you might even have Trey Harris there for sure too. So I
I
mean,
know Trey will be there.
yeah, but Higgins, I mean, what's Higgins? Higgins about 6'3", what,
He about
215?
6'3", yeah.
He had some good wiggle at the Senior Bowl too. He looked
Yeah,
pretty
oh
good at the
yeah.
Senior Bowl. But yeah, yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see it. I can see it because right now, who's your ex right now? I know Keyshawn Butte is on that, but
Sean might be leaving. He might be getting traded.
oh, okay.
Our ex right now probably would be, well, we signed Mac Hollins, but he's more of a special teamer.
Yeah, yeah,
Diggs, I guess you could play him at X, but he's more of a Z. Our
yeah.
starting right now would be Diggs, Pop. I'm gonna say Diggs, Pop, Bourne. That's
Okay.
not Diggs is okay. I guess you could say he's still a 1, maybe probably a 2 right now. But we need like Ted McMillan. I wanted Ted McMillan too. I my back and see we didn't get Hunter. Hunter was my number one option because Hunter would have did so. Boy, he would have took us to another level.
I think Tet's gonna fall a little bit. I think
I
he's gonna
hope he
fall a little
do.
bit.
I hope he do. I think Dallas might get him though if they don't go golden.
Well, that's the thing. If Dallas is picking at 12,
12, yeah.
so I can see Dallas taking him because what was it? My man Nick's
I
from
think they go golden because he played in Texas. He's from Texas, and they
yeah.
already got the connection. I think they'll go golden.
I forgot about Golden that fast. I forgot
Yeah.
about Golden. And
He
what's the
came
other
out of
kid?
nowhere.
What's the other kid? Bond. Isaiah Bond is
I
another
say,
one too.
yeah, he probably a late day too.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
So
not
I
hearing
mean,
nothing on him.
it's not the same wide receiver class as last year for sure.
Yeah.
But somebody's gonna pop though. Like
Oh
we
yeah.
didn't expect Puka Nacua to do what he did when he
No.
came out in the 5th round. So it's definitely gonna be some talent that we're overlooking right now that's gonna pop.
Hey,
And
we
then
got little Pop Douglas. Pop Douglas was a 6th round. He played, and Kayshawn Booty was a 6th round. And look at them, they playing pretty good for us.
Douglas is the shorter guy, right? Ain't that the
Yeah,
shorter guy?
he like 5'8",
Special
5'9".
team, right?
Yeah,
Special
slot.
team too, right? At a was it TCU that he came out of?
No, he went to Liberty.
Liberty.
Yep.
Okay.
But Pop will be good if we get something else around. Abuka. They're showing him right now in the network.
Okay, Ohio State.
Abuka, I like him too. He's a slot. I like him. So
he to me he's a carbon copy of what's the guy that came out last year?
Jackson
That was in
Smith.
Seattle. Yep.
Jackson
And
Smith,
Yep.
I think for the Giants, I think Trey Harris would be a good fit for y'all, or Jaden Higgins. It's not a lot of X's in this draft. But I think Trey would be a good for y'all because y'all got the speed with neighbors. You got Slayton. I like Slayton as a number 2, number 3 option.
Yeah.
Who's your tight end?
Right now we got Theo Johnson out of Penn State. He got hurt. He's a traits guy. He got all the traits. 6'5", 6'6", I should say, 260 pounds, ran about 4.7 40. So he's a trait guy that they're hoping hits. The guy that's on my team, Daniel Bellinger, is a guy that we drafted in 2022.
I remember, okay.
Had a strong rookie year until he got the eye injury. He got his eye socket was broken.
Oh man.
We kind of gave up on him, and that's the one thing about the Giants that I don't like with this current regime is we traded up for a guy like Jalen Hyatt, right? Jalen Hyatt coming out of college,
Beaster,
Bolitnikoff winner, and we turned him into a nobody. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that maybe maybe Russell Wilson can do something with Jalen Hyde. We got to get him out the doghouse first.
He was doing good in the preseason and training camp last year. I was
Yep.
hearing some things, but sometimes these receivers it takes a couple. Like we got Jalen Pope, and
Yeah.
he was catching everything in sight in training
Yeah.
camp in the preseason.
Yeah.
Got to the but then we had a lot of stuff going on with his team last. We got rid of Mayo. The coaches were inexperienced. We had a lot going on last year, man. So I think Pope just got into his head mentally. But if we can get Pope and Baker, that's basically like because they didn't do nothing this past season. We can get them produced this year. That's like a 2 draft picks, really.
I had a question for you though. I got a question since
Go
you brought
ahead.
up Gerard Mayo. Now, for me personally, I hated the situation that happened to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I understand because it was Vrabel at the end of the day, and you know, it just makes sense. I never got a chance to ask, like, you know, a Patriots fan, you know, straight up, how did you feel about the Mayo situation? Was it premature or was it right on time?
Oh man, I think it needed to happen at the trajectory and the rate that it was going. It needed to happen. I think Mayo wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Our Super Bowl was week 1 when we went to Cincinnati and won. That was our Super Bowl right there. They was through they Gatorade. They gave him the Gatorade valve. I mean, it was just like we had won the AFC Championship game or something like that. I don't know what happened. And then like his messenger during the season, walking back his word. You should see his press conferences, walking back things.
Well, I remember.
Yeah, not being consistent. Didn't start Drake May right off. I'm like, it was just a lot going on. He just wasn't ready. He was a young head coach, and Kraft loved him. That's why Kraft did that press conference, and it was hard for Kraft to let him go or whatnot. But once Vrabel became available, and I think the final nail
you kind of knew, right?
The final nail in the coffin, I think, was the Cardinals game. I think we went to Arizona. I think it was that Cardinals game. It might have been the Chargers game on Saturday.
You know, it was funny. I was at that game. I was at that Cardinals Patriots game.
Oh, you were?
I'm in Arizona. I was at that game. My wife's Christmas party.
Okay.
Was at there. Yeah. So I actually saw that game in person. So
you had some good seats.
Yeah. Well, I was right behind the end zone. In one of the booths because, like I said, it was with a job for a Christmas party. So yeah, it was pretty good seats.
A lot of Patriot fans were there.
Surprisingly, yeah. Well, people travel pretty well.
Yeah,
people travel pretty well to Arizona. So that's one thing.
The final nail in the coffin was that Cardinals game, and then I think the following week we was up 14 points on Buffalo. Then that was a disaster. They came back and beat us, and then after that we got blown out by the Chargers, and then we won that daggone game week 18 against the freaking Bills, man. If we lost that game, we're sitting here on draft eve, probably going to take Travis Hunter because it would have been New England at 1. I think Tennessee would have been 2 probably. Yep. And then Cleveland, New York, would have happened. And then teams would have been calling us. We could have traded back 2 spots and still got either Hunter or Abdul Carter.
You definitely would have been number 1. We still would have been at 4. We would have been at 4. Y'all would have been at number 1. Yep.
Let's get off the subject right now. Let's get off of it. Let's get off of it, man. Well, man. Back to the team, whatnot. The running back Tracy. I like what I seen for him last year. Kind of came out of nowhere. Was he a 3rd round or something like that?
Nah, 5th round.
5th round. What did you like? What did you like from him last year?
Yeah, so like I said, he surprised me too. I thought Devin Singletary was going to be the feature back, but we were at the first 2 games of the season around the same time of the game. Right after halftime, Devin Singletary had 2 big fumbles, both games back. Minnesota game and the Commanders game back to back. That next week they benched him. Tracy got some snaps. It ran off with it. That's pretty much what happened. And I knew he was talented. I knew he had, you know, a little burst. I knew he could be a big play kind of guy. Did not expect him to take off running the way that he did. And for the most part, I think that's why, because a lot of people saying, you know, we still want another running back to add to this room.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not picking a running back. We might not go a running back in round 2 or round 3 because Tracy has 3. Yeah. So that's why I'm at with it. And I said that to a lot of people. I said I'm not touching running backs to round 4, right? But it just depends on who's open who's available. Because if Travion Henderson happens to be there, which he's raising up the ranks now too.
He going 2nd round.
Yeah.
I like Jenkins though. I like Jenkins.
We brought him in for the 30 visit. We brought Jenkins in for a 30 visit. Yep. I like it too. I need a big body running back to add to the rotation. We got enough little scat backs and stuff like that.
Ollie Gordon. Something like an
Ollie Gordon. He's another day 3 guy. You get a chance to watch Taj Brooks out of Texas Tech.
I have not. I've been looking at Trevor Etienne. We brought him in for a 30.
He's small.
Like
he's a
Dylan Sampson too.
Dylan Sampson is the truth.
Yeah.
But do me a favor if you get a chance, just throw up a quick clip of Taj Brooks from Texas Tech.
Taj Brooks.
Taj Brooks, and you know he runs like Le'Veon Bell.
Okay.
Like he looks all the patience in the world, but as soon as he finds something to open up, he got a good burst, man. Now it won't work for everybody. If your O line is trash, then it is what it
What
is.
is
But
he, a day 3 pick or a day 2?
he's a day 3. He's a day 3 guy.
Taj Brooks, I got that.
Taj Brooks. But just like I said, when you get a chance, hit me up on Instagram after you get a chance to watch and let me know what you think about him. But
Gotcha.
yeah, he got that Taj Brooks in him. I'm sorry, he got that Le'Veon Bell in him where he'll sit there and be patient. Next thing you know, he's gone. And that's my comp for him. But Le'Veon Bell was different. He was
I gotta
different.
check him out. I gotta check him out. You guys had a real busy free agency. What was it's a 2-part question. What was your favorite pickup in free agency, and how you think y'all did in free agency?
Yeah, for me, it's a secondary for sure. It's
Mhm.
I like both Javon Holland and I like Paulson Adebo. We were struggling at cornerback. We had Tay Banks. He was a cornerback one by default because it is what it is. We ain't had nobody else better on the team. So I think that was a big pickup. Let him go right back to cornerback 2. Again, a lot of people still hoping for Travis Hunter. I don't think that's going to happen. But Javon Holland, we needed somebody with some experience in the back end. A lot of young guys back there. We got Nubin, a lot of young guys in the secondary. Period. So I was happy to bring in those guys. Also, to pick up from the Cowboys, Golston, because everybody loves Dexter Lawrence. Everybody likes Brian Burns and
Yeah,
Batiz, but we could not stop the run, and we need another quality body in there. That's why for me at pick 34, because we got 34, we got 65. I got to get a D tackle with one of those picks.
yes, I think I know Javon Holland because we played him twice
Yeah,
with the Patriots and whatnot. He said when we had Matt Jones, oh my God, he used to always pick Matt Jones off. He was always. I'm surprised Miami didn't even fight the. I don't know what's going on in Miami, man. Because they get rid of Ramsey, get rid of Holland. Tyreek Hill might be on the trading block. They
yeah,
they rebuild it, but I don't mind it because they're not division. And Miami's been
yeah,
they've been a
yeah,
thorn in our tail the past couple of years. So we got to do something. We got to get over that Miami Dolphins hump or whatnot, man. Then you got we got Buffalo. The Jets gonna be the Jets. You know about the Jets. They
yeah.
in New York, so the Jets gonna always gonna be the Jets. But moving on to a fun part of whatnot. Who is the worst? Okay, which the most hated division rivalry? You got Cowboys,
Oof.
Washington, Eagles. Most hated division rival in division.
I think that the majority of the fan base is going to say the Cowboys.
Yeah.
For me, it's the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
It's always going to be the Philadelphia
Surprising.
Eagles, huh?
That's surprising. I thought it'd be Cowboys or Washington.
Oh, you know what's crazy? Washington wasn't good for so long. I never felt like they were a threat. Now, it is what it is with the
Oh yeah,
Commanders.
they talk a lot now, boy.
When it came to Philadelphia, though, Philadelphia, they won all these titles. The division titles. Early on in the 2000s, but then it was once I hated them before the Super Bowl, but once they won the Super Bowl, is to me the best way I can explain is like people with new money. They don't know how to act with them Super Bowls. They don't know how to act with them Super Bowls. So that's pretty much it for me. But a lot of people will tell you Dallas, though. A lot of people tell
Yeah.
you Dallas. Some older fans will tell you the Commanders too, depending on when you came up, because Commanders was running things 80s, 90s, early 90s, and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it just depends on what era you grew up in.
I've been to the Cowboys Stadium. We played the Cowboys 2023, I think. Yeah. Matt Jones. Oh man, what a tough game.
Okay.
We got whooped. I had tickets to Dez Bryant tailgate party. So I took a picture. It's right here behind me anyway. Took a
Okay.
picture with Dez and whatnot. I got on my screensaver too. But that Cowboy, we did the tour of the Cowboys. I don't know if you've ever been there. It's nice. Nice
Nah,
stadium,
never.
man.
It
Man,
looks nice.
Jerry got the thing going on down there. I'll tell you that at the Star and at that stadium. But
Okay. Where you located? Because I hear
I'm
the
in
accent.
I'm in North Carolina.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, Patriots fan in North Carolina. So, had a good time down there, man. Definitely got to go back down there. I got some Cowboy fans in my family, so
Okay.
I hear from them a lot.
Everybody got Cowboy. My
Yeah,
father-in-law's a Cowboy fan.
yeah. So
Yeah, I
definitely
know.
gonna be interested, man. We'll see what the Cowboys do in the draft and what they do. They probably go Matthew Golden. I've heard Tip and Miller. I even heard they might even go offensive line. So I always keep close tabs on the Cowboys because I got a lot of them in my family, man. But
Yeah.
we gonna get you out of here on this one right here. How close do you think the Giants are to competing in the division?
Oh man. In the division, I don't think we're ready for the division right now because we just don't have the scoring capabilities. The defense is on the field too long, and when we do get the turnovers, our offense gives it right back to them. So we got to build. When I'm looking at this division, we got to be able to stop the run. First of all, you got athletic quarterbacks in this division. You got Jaden Daniels, you got Dak Prescott when he's healthy, you got Jalen Hurts.
Mm,
We got to start off with stopping the run, and until we can stop the run, I don't think we got a chance right now. And that's my honest opinion. Outside of that, I like the talent that we have.
yeah.
I like the wide receiver room. I like what the running back room is looking like. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with the tight ends.
Yeah.
But it all starts with the quarterback, because the quarterback, if you got the right quarterback, he makes everybody around him better. So until we get that quarterback position, I'm not high right now on my own team, and it's sad to say that.
That's another thing I was saying when you went through the division with Dak and Jaden Daniels and Jalen Hurts, those tough teams right now, and tough quarterbacks. You looking at those quarterbacks and those teams right now. You looking up those. Are you really going to go in there with Russell Wilson, James Winston, going up against Jaden Daniels and what they got? They got Debo Samuel and acquired Tonsil from the Texans. You are the Eagles are the champions. Cowboys, they've had your number for the longest. So that's what you got. I always tell like when teams, when you go in, you try to build your team for the future. Look at you're building for the teams that you look up to in your division. Like we build to beat the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Jets. You're competing with them first, and then you get into the teams outside of your division.
Absolutely.
So it's gonna be interesting because you got Dak, you got Jalen Hurts, and you got Jalen Daniels, and you got Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, and a rookie. So
I'm ready to. You know what? I think right now, it's the Eagles, Super Bowl champs. It's the Eagles. It's Washington. I don't think like last year we were far off from Dallas, and Dallas had a down year.
Yeah,
I like it with Russell Wilson. Believe it or not, with Russell Wilson, I like our chances better against Dallas because Dallas lost some people.
Yeah,
they lost Tank on the edge. Yeah, yep. They lost
Jordan Lewis.
Jordan. They lost a lot of players. They got a new coach in there too.
Yeah.
So we might be able to sneak in there and get one. So that's what I'm hoping for. Yep.
Gonna be interesting, man. Draft is tomorrow. We got 3 days. You got any plans for the draft?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm going live tomorrow. With another Giants content creator before the draft, and then most likely I'll be going live myself for the draft.
You pull out the whole first round?
Depends on what happens.
Okay. Oh yeah. I'm gonna be live the whole first round tomorrow. Me and my boy go live the whole first round Friday. I'm gonna go live for both rounds, and then Saturday probably go half. I don't know about the whole day Saturday. I'll probably go live.
That's a long time on Saturday.
I ain't doing it. I ain't doing that. Hey, I love content. It's more content, man.
Love football, man. Love football. Yeah, and you know what I saw? Like I said, I was checking your page out, and I was checking out your content too, man. I always love to see it, man. I saw you got the credentials and all that. I believe it was at the Combine, Senior Bowl, and stuff like that.
Combine went to the Super Bowl. Yep.
Okay, that's I always see stuff like that. I think it's the dopest thing. Yeah, that's what I'm working towards as far as getting credentials and stuff like that. But yeah, I love to see it, man. I love what you're doing too.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate it, man. Hey, last question. You're on the clock. Johnson on the clock. Number 3 pick. Gut feeling. I'm gonna ask you one more time. Who's the pick tomorrow? It's gonna be we know tomorrow night around this time what's going on, but who's your pick?
Listen, I'm going out. I'm going down with the ship. The New York Giants select Shedeur Sanders. That's my pick. That's my pick. My gut says Abdul Carter though. That's what
my gut says Carter, but I'm with you. I want y'all to get Shedeur, man. I really do. I got a feeling it's gonna be some crazy stuff happening tomorrow night. I don't know what pick. I don't know who it's gonna be. I just got a feeling, man, because everybody just saying it's gonna go 1, 2, 3. I just think something crazy gonna happen. I don't know what. I just got a feeling.
Was it? I think the surprise is gonna be where Genty goes. Somebody might trade up for Genty. Maybe they trade with.
This is what we're gonna do. We tell them people we're gonna take Genty. So y'all, whoever want to trade up to 4, we trade back, give us a capital, whatnot, and we probably still get Will Campbell, whoever there. So
sound like a plan.
We'll see what happens, man. Hey, once again, I appreciate you coming on, man. There's a few of y'all in here. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, support. Also, tomorrow night, I already put the post up. We got a live draft party tomorrow at 7. Me and my boy D will be live tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna talk Patriots the whole first round. In case we trade back up, on Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll be right back live. No, 6:30 because the draft starts at 7 on Friday. So 6:30 we'll be back live, and then Saturday at 11:30 p.m. a.m. Eastern. Man, we'll be right back live, man. BigDashKnows, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. It was a pleasure talking with you.
Nah, thank you for having me, man. Appreciate talking ball. I love to talk ball.
Yes, sir. Yes. Hey, we play y'all this year, so we got to hook up for a show this year, man. During when we play, we got the NFC. No, yeah, we got the Giants this year. That's right, we got the Giants this year.
Yep.
We got to hook up for a show, man.
No, absolutely. Just let me know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man.
All right. Yeah. Have a good night.
Yep.